Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and welcome to KCD Islamabad, the second edition of this amazing event that's happening today, May 3rd, 2024. I want to give a shout out to all the folks that are joining in person in Islamabad, as well as to everyone who is attending online. If you're here in person, you are at the Systems Limited Amazon office in Islamabad, so congratulations. If you're online, remember, this is your event to participate in as well. You can ask questions, you can interact with the speakers, you can give your feedback, so please feel free to participate. Got a very full agenda that we're going to be speaking about, and also very excited to introduce my co-host for our opening remarks. Her name is Cortney Nickerson. She does awesome stuff at CubeShop. Cortney, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm great. Such a pleasure to be here and be involved in this community. It's such a welcoming place, and it's fantastic to participate a second time.
Last year, you were giving a talk. This year, you're leading a panel. What's that going to be about?
Yeah, so this year I'm leading a panel. We've got a fantastic group of experts. We're going to be talking about the state of open source. It very much ties into the whole theme of platform engineering because so many platforms are using different types of open source tooling. We're going to be talking about licensing, all of the changes that are going on within the space right now, the challenges, different security issues. So it should be a really good, really interesting talk.
Good. And who's joining you for that panel?
So I've got a great group of industry experts. Start with Michael Cade, who works for Veeam. He also runs the 90 Days of DevOps repo, where we've got loads of community members who learn anything and everything about DevOps. Paula Paul, she is an industry expert who's got over 40 years of experience actually working in technology, started at IBM, is now part of the Keynote Foundation. So really fantastic stuff going on there. And then Nancy, if we don't know Nancy, she started the Women of Cloud Native community. She is incredibly knowledgeable about how to run communities and also different things going on in open source.
Happy to announce to you that Nancy, as well as myself, have been re-accepted in the CNCF Ambassadors Program, along with Saim as well. So joined by very, very, very good people that are participating in the event today. Now, you mentioned, you've been doing some panels as well recently about platform engineering. Is there anything that we can expect in terms of the agenda that focuses on that topic? And also, what are some of the other topics that have caught your attention in terms of the talks that will be given today?
Yeah, so the agenda today seems to be filled with people who not only are going to be talking about platform engineering, but have a lot of experience building platforms themselves. Specifically, the event organized by somebody like Saeem, who has so much experience in the platform community, brings in a lot of expertise to the topic. So I think we'll see a lot of different talks around not just the technology of how to build a platform and what should be included in it, but also how to go about answering the different needs of your dev team in order to be able to service them better. In terms of other people and things going on in the platform space in this particular event, I am so excited to have Paula Kennedy from Syntaseocratics join us as the keynote. She's going to be following us shortly after, and it's going to be a fantastic talk.
No pressure, Paula. No pressure.
No pressure. Spoke with her just before the event about the talk that she's giving. It's really insightful, and she has so much experience. Also, congratulations to her. She is now a CNCF ambassador as well. So this event is just packed with people. We also have Sergio, who's joining us from LATAM, which is something that I think is fantastic about this hybrid event. It brings people in from all over the world, who's also a CNCF ambassador, who's going to be talking about different aspects of the platform. But out of all of the talks, the ones that I'm looking forward to the most are Robina Mirbahar, who's going to be talking about open source ecosystems and the different tooling in Kubernetes ecosystem specifically, which so much of that will tie into people who are building platforms, as well as Nitish Kumar, who is such a hard worker and is really up and coming in the whole security space, doing a lot of work with Kyvorno, and he's going to be talking about how to secure your infrastructure with Kyvorno and JSON. And as we know, there's so much going on around security right now, so that should be a really timely, interesting talk.
Very good. No, I agree. Absolutely action-packed, stellar lineup. Folks from Pakistan, thriving ecosystem with tons to offer in terms of local talent and speakers that are coming from there, as well as international speakers, some of whom that you mentioned. In addition, Victor Farsic is going to be participating. We have speakers from all different backgrounds, all different walks of life, some of whom are giving talks for the first time, despite having years of experience in their respective technical fields. But I think that's what really gives the healthy balance, and really what the CNCF is all about, right? Is making cloud native ubiquitous, giving voices to people from all over the world in different countries. I was very excited. I'm not sure if it was in the last KubeCon, maybe it was two KubeCons as well. ago, thinking about, the impact that Pakistan, the ecosystem is having, seeing about how the Cloud Native Glossary was translated to Urdu. I will say that I am still working on my Urdu and always willing to accept private teachers who are willing to donate their time. I would be, but like I said, that's one of the things that
patience. That's just
not only time, but a significant dose of patience, which is very necessary if you're going to try to teach me another language. But yeah, I think that these are the things that, why I feel lucky to participate in this ecosystem, and also the work that I get to do as a CNCF ambassador is meeting people from all over the world, learning from them, and seeing how things, like I said, are working on the ground here. Other talks that we're going to be having as well throughout the day. It seems pretty tough to have a Cloud Native event without talking about, eBPF. So Costin will be giving a talk about that, about debugging Kubernetes with the power of eBPF. Also hearing from someone who's going to be speaking about, how Cloud Native is working in Huawei. Sana and Ahmed will be giving a talk about that later on today. So like I said, it's really, really nice to have this balance of seeing the technologies, the open source projects, whether hearing about things like I said earlier about eBPF, or also I know Victor is going to be speaking about Keda. We are also co-organizers of the CNCF Cloud Native Bilbao group, and one of the Keda maintainers, Jorge, is one of our co-organizers. So nice to see that in the mix. Like I said, this is really just a stellar lineup, and I also want people who are attending to know, perhaps that are attending for the first time, that KCDs, Kubernetes Community Days, have been going on now for some years and have really taken off, getting their own momentum across the globe. Because of the energy that we see going into this one here in Islamabad, we're seeing that in other regions. So next week, there will actually be a couple of different KCDs happening. One that will be in Buenos Aires in Argentina, and also another one that will be happening in Bangladesh. So just keep this in mind. Like the CNCF is being very proactive about the local meetup groups, like the one that we're involved in Bilbao, that you can find all over the world. So if you are unable, for whatever reason, to travel to large-scale events such as KubeCon EU or KubeCon North America, there's an event that will be coming up that's relatively close to Islamabad. That will be KubeCon India. Sorry, not Cube Day. There was a Cube Day earlier, but this will be a KubeCon that will be happening in December. Hopefully able to travel to that. So like I said, folks, just be mindful that you're part of a very large, thriving, and active ecosystem that has lots of different ways for you to get involved. I always pride myself on saying that I've been an ambassador for 3 years and I've still never written a line of code in my life. And you know that very much to be true, Cortney. So like I said, there are lots of ways to get involved. It's more about, what you're interested in, the things that you like to do, how you like to participate, and share your knowledge. Last but not least, Courtney, there are some sponsors that have made this event possible. Can we go through those really quickly to say who they are?
Yeah, we've got fantastic sponsors. We need to give a shout out specifically to our diamond sponsor, which is Cloud Dev Technologies. So generous and so wonderful to get involved in this event, be so supportive. We've also got Systems Limited, which is a gold sponsor. They've helped with venue organization and all kinds of other things. 2 silver sponsors, so Huawei and OWB, which is a openware business. They are been fantastic in helping us get organized. We have a couple of speakers coming from them as well. And then, like Bart was saying, this is such a community oriented event. And we also have community sponsors, which are fantastic. A Cloud Native Community Islamabad, which is run by Saeed Safdar, the hardest worker that I know in this space, as well as Open Source Foundation of Pakistan, which is phenomenal that Pakistan has an open source foundation. There's so many other countries that don't. Just shows the force of the community in this region of the world, and goes to show why these types of events are so important.
Very good. That being said, I think it's time now to hand it over to Paula Kennedy, who's going to be giving her keynote. But folks, remember, this is a CNCF event. If we didn't say so earlier, that the code of conduct is well in effect. If you have any questions about that, you can check out on the CNCF website exactly what's involved there. But remember, this is your event. Interact, ask questions, share things on social media, get out there, interact with speakers. They're excited to be here. We're excited for them. And congratulations to everyone who's been involved in the organization. This is going to be an incredible event.